There's always an odd pressure about this world and about this existence. It seems like whenever you're minding your business and you're trying to get peace, there's something that just comes out of nowhere and takes it all from you. And this world has this weird type of consistent, persistent, relentless pressure that's always at your throat. You're worried about money. You're sad that you don't have a girl in your life. You're not doing the best mentally. And everything feels like it's about to collapse if it hasn't already collapsed. And this is a brutal way of living. This world where you're in this psychosis, you're in this mental perturbation, you're in this mental devastation. And whenever you find something that makes you confident in this world, whether it's music, whether it's writing, whether it's, doing something creative or just doing your favorite activity, whenever you find some type of peace or some type of thing that you can grow spiritually, there's always something that comes and demoralizes you. And it's relentless. It's persistent. And worst of all, it's intelligent. Intelligent design means orchestrated events in your life are not just coincidental. And when you suffered as much as a lot of us have on here and in this world, you start to develop a cognitive functionality of sharpness, meaning that you can spot bullcrap a mile away. You can see when your government wages an illegal war or illegal act of aggression to another nation, and then all of a sudden you're the person that's paying for it. You're the person that has to deal with that inflation, that has to deal with, trying to get just an apartment where you need all this money and all these qualifications. And it's difficult to try to make it out here in this world by yourself without having a team, without having a group. Psychologically, when you're alone and isolated and devastated and you're being tormented emotionally, spiritually, and there's no help, it's a very bad feeling. It's a very bad existence. It's a very bad type of mental space to be in. Because a lot of us, bro, we just want peace and we just want happiness at the end of the day. And when you're surrounded by toxic events and toxic people, and you got to still deal with all the trauma of your past. A lot of us, we have a lot of unhealed wounds. We have a lot of soul scars inside of us, and it beckons and it reckons for an alleviation, but it can never be done because some of the people that put traumas upon us, they're not even alive anymore. And it's always people that put traumas in your life where you can't really fight back. They're always in some type of unfair position of power, wealth, or influence, and you can't really fight back. You can't really try to defend yourself. It's a brutal life to live, man, when there's always a new type of problem that comes up, and you're like, what the hell? Why did this happen? Why is this happening? Why can't I just make it in what I want to make it in? Why can't I just create something that takes off and makes me wealthy and I'm happy and successful? Why is there so many obstacles and circumstances and events that try to block that from happening? It's almost like something is seeing what I want in my heart and soul, and it's trying its best to deviate that process and deviate that route, and trying to dictate how far I can go in life. And to me, that's so unfair. It's like, it's bad enough that this God, this demiurge, has us in a spiritual prison, but then you want to control how far I can go in life as well? Like, dang. So I can't even, develop a skill or talent and then make it in that and become wealthy with that, or become just stable with that, where I can live off that. I can't even have that. I have to always be trapped. I have to always be under some type of subservience that's designed to take away my confidence and designed to not make me have the energy to even have accomplishments. It's brutal. This reality that we live in, this reality that we find ourselves in, it's a strange one, man, and it makes you really think deeply. What is this world really about? Honestly. What is this world really about? Where evil is everywhere, If you're a good person, bad things happen to you. You got crazy people in this world that have lost their minds, and they're just evil and devious and sadistic, and they're there to try to attack you. And that's everywhere you go in life. There's always something or someone there that's going to make your life difficult. There's never just a straight up happy ending. That's how you know whoever made this, they didn't have it in the design process to make this a smooth and happy, wonderful life. Some people have good lives, but a lot of those people are hylics. Notice the people that have good lives, they don't have any substance, they don't have any soul, they don't have anything interesting to really talk about or speak on. And the people that actually go through real trauma, they're the most soul having people. They know death, they know trauma, they know about depression, they know about stress, and they know about different types of circumstances. You can feel them, you can feel their spirit, you can feel their soul. They're real. It's hard to find real people nowadays because a lot of people are fake. A lot of people, unfortunately, they follow the leader. They follow the crowd. No one really thinks for themselves as an individual, and you have that a lot. And somebody like us, since we're forced to go our own way, we're sent our own way, we have to have some type of intelligence or analyzation skills to even survive. So that's mandatory for us. We have to figure it out. We try to carve our little piece of survival in peace, but the world is designed to make us just break. And what hurts is when there's things outside your power that you want to change, but you can't. Like, let's say if you want to find a 9 to 5 and you're applying to different places and they're just not calling you back, or they call you back and they're on some bull crap, and it's like, now you're a grown man that doesn't have a job. You have no connections. You don't believe in no religion because you found out the God of this religion that you believed in is evil and wicked, and he purposely made your life hard on purpose so he can get a thing called loosh out of you. So this God wants to be able to control you at low vibrational frequencies. Like, these beings, they feed on low vibrational frequencies, meaning they feed on fear. They feed on arrogance. They feed on any low vibrational frequency, jealousy, dislike for people. They feed on all of that. And these entities, they get powerful the more they feed on that. So they want to keep us at a low vibrational frequency. This is why we're always in events and circumstances that it mandates extreme patience, but sometimes we don't have that patience, and that's when things can get dangerous and things can get wild. That's why, as a guy in this position, you have to keep your emotions in check. You have to keep your emotional regulators on, because the world's designed to try to trigger you. And when you're somebody that has a talent and you just want to make it in what you want to make it in, but you have a God, a demiurge, who pretty much wrote it in your fate that he doesn't want you to make it and be no millionaire, successful person, or just be somebody successful, not even $1 million, just somebody that's successful, just somebody that's stable, somebody that's capable, somebody that has a capacity and tenacity and veracity to be successful, and somebody that can have a girl in their life. And the demiurge stops you from having all that. You start to really think like, man, so the people that make it, do they have some secret pact with the demiurge, or do they, or are they just hylics and NPCs created by it, and they're there to make me jealous? They're there to make me feel a certain way. They're there to make me feel low, so that way I can produce this low vibrational frequency. What if everybody around us are actually not real, and the only real ones are like the people like us who have souls? What if everybody who's mean, who's a thief, who's evil, who's a liar, who does all these negative things towards you, what if they're not even really human? What if they're just NPCs, hylics, and they're just soulless beings created by the demiurge to make our lives miserable? And he put billions of them around us, and there's only like a few thousand of us real ones. And we're the real souls, we're the real eternal sparks, and there's only like thousands of us, but there's millions and billions of NPCs, and they're designed to put us in a low vibrational frequency for control by the demiurge. That would make sense in a way too, because you meet some real people in life, like, damn, how come I'm not around that person? How come that person's not in my life? And then you notice that the people around you, or people are involved in your life, they're not really, but there's always they always have something against you. There's always some hidden agenda. There's always something. They can't they can't match you in your kindness. Like, if you're a kind, nice person, you're going to be put around people that are not kind and not nice and have no mercy. If you're a person that, that's like a heartless person and an evil person, life's going to give you power over somebody that would never fight back, that would never do the things that you did to them, to you. Like, you'll take it overboard and do something messed up to somebody, and you're doing that to a person who is not even capable or even wants to fight back. A person that just wants to mind their business and just, be left alone, and yet you attack this person. But you will never attack somebody who really wants to smoke, who really wants to fight back and try to attack them. To me, that's a coward. Is anybody that actually has power and they use their power to abuse those that are weaker than them, whether that's physically or financially, and that's horrible. But that's the world we live in. We live in a predatory world where if anybody spots any weakness on you, they attack and they latch on. It's a very wicked world if you think about it. So how was this world even created, integrated, and orchestrated and fabricated? Because it just seems like an alteration of real reality. It seems like a downgrade of what reality should really be like. I really wish we lived in a different dimension, in a different time zone. I wish that we were able to live out our dreams, because I don't know how I survive daily when I got to go through a lot of emotional degradation and emotional fluctuations, and being in poverty and being homeless and being a grown adult male. No one's going to have any sympathy, empathy, or compassion for the things that you're going through. And it's horrific. All I wanted to do was make it in what I wanted to make it in, and this God did everything it could to make sure that never happened. And it did everything it could for other people to make it. Because remember, for people that failed, there's people that won. And the people that win, like, you see a guy who signs to the NFL, he signs for like $100 million in the NFL. And you look at all the things that went right in his life that had to go right for those events to even happen. Like, and you watch it and you study it and you analyze it. You're like, well, this person didn't have to go through this that I had to go through. They had somebody there. They had somebody scout them. There was nobody that scouted me. This person had a coach that liked them, because coaches have favorites, especially in sports. The coaches have their favorites. Just what it is. And if a coach can dictate your career, that sucks, right? But at the same time, some people had the right coaches with the right connections, with the right this, that the right ideology, they have the right, skills, and they got them a contract. And anybody else tried to make it to the NFL, they may have broken their arm, broken their leg, they may have never got the same opportunities, they may have got abused when they were younger, so that affected them as they grew older, and it made them mentally stagnated. There's so many code calculations and irregularities that can take place, that can dictate one's fate, and it can change your entire projection and trajectory in life. Like, this world is designed to be evil. Like, this world is not designed to be a nice, righteous place. All the things that we have to go through, man, it's absolutely horrible. I mean, what can we do to really make it in this situation? Like, if I could just actually make it, I would do anything to be successful. I would do anything to be in a position of power, wealth, and influence, to actually live my dreams. Like, I see people on the internet sometimes, and it just makes me sick, because you see people that are successful. I seen this one channel, he had 7 million subscribers, and he said he had to take a 3-month break because he was stressed out. And then one of his videos was like buying his dream house and taking his girl to like Hawaii. And I was just like, so he's complaining about success. Success is one of the most hardest things to obtain in this world. To be successful, to get to a financial position where you're economically viable. Your economic vitality gives you the ability to do almost anything in the world. And what sucks is that many people tell me that I'm talented. People tell me all the time, like, we don't know how you did to make it. Like, and the people that knew me for a longer time, they watched this whole journey, this whole experience. They're like, man, you deserve, like, if anybody deserves to make it, it's you. You really deserve it, man. It's crazy how you never really you never really ran into the right people. You ran into everybody but the people you needed to be around. That's crazy how that can happen, how you can be so talented, so gifted. I look at it as talent, because I have to, write, I have to rap, I have to do all type of things to even earn some type of talent, right? I think that's why people like listening to my voice, is because for a long time, I wanted to, I would rap a long time, and to just develop my voice, and it's just, but to not make it and to still be in a position of devastation and in a position of economic instability, you start to question this existence. You start to question this world because people like us, we've been through a lot. We've been through enough. And yet life will continue to throw things at us, continue to throw obstacles and make us feel low, right? It's interesting how we have monitoring spirits in our life. Like you have spirits that are put in your life to monitor you, to watch you, to try to put discourse on you and try to just do things like that. And these spirits, these evil entities, they're put there by the demiurge to try to take away your light and take away your divine spark. Because any being that has a soul, and any being that has real reflection will understand when it's doing wrong, will understand when it's doing right. And it will understand when it has made mistakes and has done wrong. And it will learn from evil and it will start doing righteousness. But the problem with this world is that evil wins. And righteousness, it never seems to be in a position of power. It's always evil that's in a position of power, which is why a lot of people are evil. People follow what's the mainstream thing. And the mainstream thing to do for America and the world is evil. Most people are evil. Very few people are righteous or good people. Very few. Most people will hold grudges against you, will try to will see you in a bad position and attack you even more. It's brutal, man. Like, we live in a total chaotic world and realm, right? And for certain people, all you want to do is just make it in what you want to make it in, right? But the world makes it extremely difficult. A lot of us had the dreams and the inspirations and aspirations to be great. A lot of us, we could have been great. We could have actually made it if we had the right type of people around us that nurtured and cared about talent and gave us hope in our souls and hope in our hearts. But a lot of us, we had hope taken away at a very early age, and we had our confidence in shambles for a long time. And I think it's time to try to reclaim a little bit of confidence and try to establish ourselves more, because we're going to face hell. We're going to face it. Hell's going to come for us. It is. For guys like us in this position, it's going to come. There's going to be all types of irritations and annoyances and problems in your life. Just expect it. But we got to prepare for what it comes after. We got to try to get back to that pleroma and try to get back to the true divine light and not this false, evil, sadistic, twisted, wicked light from the demiurge and his evil monsters and minions. This world is absolutely brutal.